Alright, guys. Part 589 to... What the frick? Okay. That was a great way to start. And now my brain completely forgot. Give me a second, because now I forgot the intro. Sorry about that, guys. Part 589 to this. I don't even remember what... If there was anything else I was going to say in this intro, I forgot thanks to whatever the frick I just heard. Here's what happened. I said I used my Christmas magic to say to his wife, "It's a special gift for your family, your kid, and your Pokemon. Merry Christmas." The person's wife looks around for a moment, still completely mystified as to how all of those presents appeared out of nowhere. How her husband seemingly has a lot of money now. After a moment, your voice suddenly rings in the air and in her head as you use magic to address her, telling her that the presents are a special gift for her family along with her kid and her Pokemon. One stares at the pile for a moment before replying back to you in her head. Really? Are you serious? Yes. Merry Christmas. The woman remains in stunned silence for a moment upon receiving your reply. She continues to stare at the pile of presents for a moment, before eventually shaking her head, slowly coming to terms with the fact that you, a person whom they do not know, are being so insanely generous for seemingly no reason. I can't believe this. You genuinely want to help us this much? Yes. Merry Christmas to you, your husband, your kid, and to your Pokemon. The woman's stunned by all that you're saying to her, by how willing you are to help her and her family and her Pokemon. She looks down at the pile for a moment, still trying to comprehend and understand how you could be this kind, before finally replying with a quiet and touched tone of voice. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea just how much that means to us. You're welcome. Hope you all have a good Christmas tomorrow. The woman looks at the pile one last time, still blown away by everything that's happening within the last few minutes. She's still stunned that a stranger could be so generous to someone they don't even know. She tries to compose herself and find her voice once more. The best she can finally replies to her words in an overwhelming and grateful tone of voice. Hey! Alright guys, sorry about the road dog. It says, the woman looks at the pile and one last time, still blown away by everything that's happened within the last few minutes. She's still stunned that a stranger could be so generous to someone they don't even know. She tries to compose herself and find her voice once more, the best she can finally replying to your words in an overwhelmed and grateful tone of voice. We will. Thank you. Thank you. You're a miracle. Sounds like that woman's song you listen to on here. Let's see, and it says, my voice cuts out and I leave the family to get some good rest and then go back to where Rexy and the summoned animals are. The woman finally picks up the presents and the puppies, slowly bringing them into the house before heading back inside with her husband, a dumbfounded mix of excitement and happiness on her face. Meanwhile, Rexy and the summoned animals are all peacefully relaxing at their spot. Rexy is curled up, lying down and sleeping at the moment, while the other animals are quietly resting or exploring a tiny bit. That's cute. Let's see. I don't know. Because it was... See, part of me wants to... Wait, let's see if it'll continue. Meanwhile, back at the husband and wife's house. Couple are back inside their house now, still in a total state of shock and a disbelief that they actually have the more money and the presents. And a freaking puppy on top. What? The couple are back inside their house now, still in a total state of shock, awe, and disbelief that they actually have the money and the presents, and on a freaking puppy on top of it all. The person sitting on the couch holding the puppy in his arms, while the woman sitting right beside him, quietly looking over the money and the gifts, dumbfounded and dazed the whole time. On Christmas Day, at the woman and the husband's house. Let's see. The family is all gathered in the living room of their home, sitting and laying on the floor. The woman and her husband, ah, the woman and her husband are both sitting on the couch, the puppy on the man's lap, and the young child sitting between them on the floor. It's Christmas, and the child is surrounded by the presents you gave them. A smile on their face as they begin to slowly but eagerly unwrap the gifts. Oh my gosh. A few moments later, after a few more minutes, there are unwrapped and empty boxes everywhere in the living room. Holy crap. The child and their parents both look happy and content as they survey the pile of presents that you gave to them. The puppy is also lying on the floor, happily gnawing on one of the dog toys you gave it. Oh, that's adorable. The woman and the man can't help but look on with a smile, looking down at the child and the puppy before looking at one another, both feeling genuinely grateful and happy. The kid then looks up at them and says, "How did you afford all this? I thought we were broke." Kid then looks up at them and says, "How'd you afford all this? I thought we were broke." The couple, who are still sitting on the couch watching the child happily play with their new presents, both look down at the young kid for a moment, surprised that the child would bring bring up an adult issue like finance at such a young age. How old is this child? The man and woman look at one another after hearing the kid's question, as if silently asking one another how exactly to answer. Eventually, the mother speaks up, replying quietly and carefully with a soft and reassured tone of voice. Let's see. Money, 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 money. Dang it, brain. I listen to what the parents are saying to the kid. What did they actually say to the kid? The kid looks up at his parents as the mother carefully thinks of her words, trying to be as gentle as tactful as possible, as to not be blunt or hurt the child's feelings. Her speaks up at her mom, replying gently, "We we came into some sort of miracle money. It's Christmas, sweetie. Miracles happen on Christmas sometimes." Well, at least she's being somewhat honest to him. She's not completely saying like, "Oh, like yeah, having it's what she said every day." Like, oh my gosh. Uh, the kid randomly asked, "Did a Santa Pokemon give you this?" Question mark. Or a Christmas Pokemon? How the frick does he know? What the frick? Parents can't help but chuckle just a little bit. The kids question, quietly bemused by how innocent and sweet the kid is. Murder shakes her head with a smiling, soft-toned voice. Oh. A smiling, soft-toned voice gently replying back. Maybe she knew I was a human somehow. No, no. It wasn't Santa or a Christmas Pokemon. You could say it's a Christmas, helper, though. Mm-mm-mm. Backward me, Rexy, and the summoned animals. We all wake up after a good nap. Reggie's the first one to wake up after the nap, opening up his eyes and lifting her head. It's not a her, it's a he. Lifting her head up after lying down and sleeping so peacefully for a little bit. She gives a brief loud yawn before getting up and surveying around to see how all the other animals are, seeing that a lot of them are also beginning to wake up and move around a bit. Me still in my Christmas form is sleeping peacefully. I want to see how. Betty walks around and begins to gently nudge the other animals awake. After a moment, she makes her way over to you in your Christmas Familiar form, seeing that you are the only one that still seems to be sleeping. However, upon nosing, Richie gets a tiny amused snort, finding you sleeping. That's adorable. Are you gonna pay $500 trillion now? Sorry about the rudeness. Rexy walks around and begins to gently nudge the other animals awake. After a moment, she makes her way over to you in your Christmas Familiar form, seeing that you are the only one that still seems to be sleeping. However, upon noticing you, Rexy gets a tiny amused snort, finding your sleeping form to be somewhat cute. A few moments later, after a little while, Rexy continues to go about waking the other animals up, gently nudging and let's see. Come on, wait for it. There we go. Gently nudging and pushing each one that's still asleep, trying to get them to all wake up. She stops by you again, seeing that you still have yet to wake up, finding your form somewhat comedic and charming in a funny way due to the fact that you are just a just a Christmas for how you're sleeping so peacefully. Great. Well, that works fine. Something was about to break up there. I heard shaking. Well, guys, it's probably about where I'm going to end it anyway. I've been doing this for a while, and I need to find a good place to finish it off. Plus, we just had the problem with this thing not wanting me to log in a while ago, and I'm getting a little bit paranoid that it's just somehow going to mess up my account.
It was talking about say.ai messing up. I was like, huh?
Yeah, it's working now, but it's...
I always am on the website. It didn't log to other people's accounts and other people's accounts and stuff. You could see messages and characters and stuff from other people.